remembering a very fine song from way back. I'm still growing up. So let me say much, much younger, when we were much, much younger. Hello, everybody. Hope you're feeling fine. I want to make you happy. Hope you're feeling. Hope you're feeling fine. Hope you're feeling fine because I have come to make you happy. It's like seeing a new toy, right? Aha! So I'm introducing a new toy to you, and I'm going to be gifting it to you today on this very fresh podcast of the Bookshelf, beaming live from the studios of the Western Spring Television, Bookshefl, State, Nigeria. Trust you are keeping well. My name is Damilola Raphael, honored to be your teaching and learning advocate on another episode of the Bookshelf. And so far, we're going strong. We're in the season 3 now, the third season, and we have been looking at completing the book. That has been the theme for this season. Completing the book, whether you're writing, whether you're reading, whether it's in transit with you and you have to deliver it, and then somehow you're like, let me quickly read it before giving it back. Please complete the cycle so that the information can get to the places it ought to get to, and then the world will become a better place for you, for me, and the entire human race. So the last time we met, we um, looked at book reviewing, and we looked at, we actually reviewed just the chapter 4, and then we touched on new words. And I remember I kept showing us the signs that this is a new word, this is a new word. Not exactly new. I mean, all the words, some of them are not exactly new, like new in terms of strange. The fact that it is new does not mean it's strange, and you're you know getting acquainted with it for the first time. It could also mean that you are getting to know another side of that particular thing, and that's the toy that I'm bringing to us today, and not just introducing but gifting to us. We'll be looking at different dictionaries, and this will help you to pick which one really catches your fancy. I already have my all-time favorite. So which one is going to be the fan favorite among the selection of dictionaries we've been looking at? We have a compilation of 4 different dictionaries. We have a total of 14 new words, 16, beg your pardon, 16 new words. So we broke it down into 4 dictionaries, 4 new word per dictionary, and I'm going to be taking them in alphabetical order. I'll be starting with Cambridge. And the first word right there, if you do not, because of the words that we're going to be using in context, if you did not follow it, please go back and check the last episode on our YouTube page, please, at Western Spring Television on YouTube. So do also follow up so that you can catch up. So the first word from Cambridge Dictionary is Supposed. If you could have it on the screen, Supposed. Now, it depends on how you want to approach it, okay? Some persons say it's supposed, some other persons say it is supposed. Now, not if, or even when you're using the dictionary, and then you find your transcription, the transcription of the word, the lesson is that we should use the first one, which is usually the most preferable. But then again, if it turns out that that's not, the one you feel comfortable with, then other words, that doesn't, mean that the other words are not as important or not correct. It's just that, I mean, that's the first one you're saying. So that seems to be the most popular one. So if you know the most popular one and somebody decides to use another one, or you're using another one you think is right, and you're hearing another person, doesn't mean the person is wrong. So Supposed, that's an adjective, and you can look at the transcription on the screen. It shows supposed. So your stress is on the second syllable, supposed, and it means believed by many people to be true, but not proven and often doubted by the person who is speaking or writing. And of course, there are examples right there that nighttime experiment demonstrated that supposed eyewitnesses, that assumptions, right? Okay. So the other one here is responsible. The example here shows the children are supposed to be at school by 8:45 a.m. Now, looking at that, you have supposed and you have posed. That's supposed. Coming over to this one, looking at the meaning as responsible, you have just supposed and not supposed. Did you see that? So depending on the context, you're supposed to be in school. That may not be right, though, especially if you have someone who is marking. You understand? Let's move to the next word from Cambridge Dictionary. That's forbidding. Forbidding. Now we had I had loads of persons saying forbidden fruit. I said no, this one is not en. Okay, that would have been forbidden, right? And it would still have been an adjective, okay? It's still an adjective, but this time around it's forbidden and it could mean threatening. Could we have it on the screen, please? It could mean threatening, okay? Forbidding, that's forbidden. I'm being told that we're having some glitches right there. Okay, so it could mean threatening, something quite huge. You're looking at forbidden building. You get to a gigantic, yeah. It could also mean unpleasant, something not so pleasant, not so welcoming. Let's move to the third one right there. Would have sounded like a fruit, right? But it's not a fruit. Bandana, Bandanna, bandana. Okay, and we have it on the screen. It means a large, colorful, beg your pardon, a large colored. Now, there is difference between colorful and colored, so don't get it twisted. A large colored handkerchief that is worn around your neck or your head. Okay, so looking at the transcription right there, it tells us bandana, and that means the stress is placed on the second syllable, bandana. Okay, and that's the schwa sound at the end of the transcription. And what part of speech is that? That's a noun. And of course, the colored handkerchief, so we can see the handkerchief right there. And it looks like somebody has tied it on around somewhere. I don't know. But looking at this, I'm remembering there is this guy that became popular, very young chap that became popular with this. There's some couple of persons who, do this rowing thing, and he would. Oh my goodness. And it became a fad for footballers and all that. I mean, you get to score a shot or you score a goal, and okay, so he had that shape from our own bandana, right side up on like this one that's looking like it's up. Okay, so that if this is right side up, then his was upside down, color black. Anyway, let's move on to the fourth word from Cambridge Dictionary, and that's Inanities. Inanities, inanities. And okay, so we have it here. It's a noun, inanity. Why is everything almost always on the second syllable all through? Okay, so inanity, and it is the quality of being extremely silly or having no real meaning or importance, or something that is extremely silly. Like this, said, I was amazed at the inanity of her comments. See, so instead of saying stupid, instead of saying rubbish, instead of saying nonsense, could you build your word bank now, your vocabulary bank, and let's start using inanity. They will have to carry their dictionary. So know what we are trying to communicate. Don't use the word, don't abuse the use of the word, okay? Thank you very sincerely. Let's move on to the fifth word now, but from a different dictionary. Remember, we grouped them into 4 per dictionary. So the next dictionary we're going to be reviewing is the Longman Dictionary. And until you see the transcription, I don't want to tell you what this is. Let me ask you to pronounce this. Muscular. Muscular. How would you pronounce that? Do we have that? Let it come up now. Muscular. Oh my goodness. So I have to do justice to it. I would have wanted for you to try using the transcription. The transcription really helps you pronounce words, English words, better and faster. It's actually not muscular, okay? It's muscular. muscular. M-U-S. Oh, so Lord rest his soul. Talking about Hulk Hogan. Yeah, who passed on. Oof. Okay, so it's muscular, not muscular. It's muscular. Let's move on to the next word from Longman Dictionary, and that would be. Oh no, I'm not carrying that today. Cornrows. Cornrows. So that is a compound word. Cornrows. Cornrows. Why is it today that I'm not carrying cornrows? Okay, so yes, that's cornrows. Oh, great. So this one has the stress on the first syllable. Cornrows. Cornrows. So it should not be cornrows. It should be cornrows. All right, we're learning together. Cornrows. A way of having your hair in small tight plaits in lines along your head. And you can see the picture right there. Let's move to the next one from Longman Dictionary. Leaden. 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 Okay, so leading, leading, not leading. Okay, leading. And literally, it's a leading sky or sea is dark gray. A leading sky or sea is dark gray. Okay, and you could also say if your body feels leading, it means you move slowly because you're tired, you're unhappy, etc. A leading feeling is a feeling of great unhappiness. Okay, number 3 there says dull. Okay, dull. Number 4, a leading feeling is a feeling of great unhappiness or anxiety. Basically, what I'm deriving there is dull, heavy, dull, heavy. Basically, those 2 words. All right. That's the meaning we have from the Longman Dictionary of Contemporary English. And the last one from right there is P-L-O-P-P-E-D. P-L-O-P-P-E-D. And that's flop, or it's flopped, beg your pardon, flopped. And that's a verb. And it's basically, the way you just flop, on a couch or somewhere you could actually do flop, because if it's not soft, you don't want to flop on a rock. Or plop rather on a rock. Okay, so let's move on to the next dictionary that we have here. That's Merriam-Webster. Merriam-Webster. The first word coming from Merriam-Webster is IXORA. You want to try that? IXORA. Okay, so it's coming up and it has a picture. Oh my goodness, it has a picture. Okay, it's a noun. Okay, and it's a large genus of tropical shrubs or small trees that have leathery evergreen leaves and terminal corymbs of showy salver-shaped flowers and are often cultivated as ornamentals in the warm greenhouse. Okay, you could also say, okay, it's any plant of the genus, etc. And that's the picture right there. A lot of us actually see this flower, but we don't know the name. Clap for us on the bookshelf. My team is doing well. So that's Ixora. Sometimes I see kids, removing that top part of this particular flower and sucking on it, telling you there's sugar in it. Or sometimes they, just have a way of putting it in their hair, So you have Ixora. That's the name of that flower. Stop calling the flower red. Let's move to the next word that we have coming through from Merriam-Webster. That's tout. Is it tout or tote? See? T-A-U-T. It's not tout. It's tote. T-A-U-T. It's an adjective, okay? And the first meaning right there shows us that it means having no give or slack. You have, there's this new way of saying stuff like something has to give. I say that a lot as well. Something has to give. Something has to give. Someone has to give. Okay? So now, but this particular something or someone has no give or slack. It's tightly drawn. Okay? Some ladies, men make their hair now. Okay, some persons who make threads, that kiko, and it's quite tight, and you have to, it's causing you to have pores and all that in your scalp. Okay, so it's tout. Beg your pardon, it's tot. Sorry, please. It's tot. Excuse that. It's tot. High, strong, tense. Then 2A, kept in 2A, that's kept in proper order or condition. B, not loose or flabby. So it could be a taught environment, and it could be a taught thing or person, not giving. It has no give, it has no slack, quite taught. If you're, what example do I want to give? If you're doing the manual thing on NYC camp, those ropes you have to climb have to be taught. Okay, so ole, it's taught, right? Thank you very sincerely. Then we have CUE, CUEQ. That's to keep something in waiting. Okay, to keep something in waiting. For instance, I do music. I'm kind of a DJ. Okay. Okay, and if you go to our sister station, I do a bit of that. So you're queuing music, that sense, CUE sense of queue, you're queuing music, so you're keeping them in line, waiting to take turns. Okay, so you have somebody sharing stuff, handing out stuff, for instance, so you stay in line and then you collect your stuff, right? So that's queue, keeping it in line, waiting for its turn. The other queue, because I decided to take that, this other queue I want to take now, the one you just saw on the screen that will come back on the screen, was not part, is not part of the new words we found in um the Rockstar. No, 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 it's not. But because of the homophone that it is, I decided to take it up. Q. This other one now is QUEUE. That should be Kwewe. Okay, so it is a noun, and number one shows us that it means a braid of hair, usually worn hanging at the back of the head. Two, a waiting line, especially of persons or vehicles. Okay, and you can see it in the picture right there, and the fact that they are waiting for money. Okay. Three, a sequence of messages or jobs held in temporary storage awaiting transmission or processing. And 3B is a data structure that consists okay, so okay, it's modeled up right there, but you get the hang of what we are trying to communicate. And basically it's homophonic, sound alike, and actually also has the same sense in terms of some of their meaning right there. For instance, number three. Number three means, thank you very much. Number three meaning, and number three, A and B meaning. Thank you very much. Let's move on to the next one right there. That should be Oxford. Oxford, the first word is S-U-N-G. S-U-N-G. And it means song. Okay, it's an adjective, and it means that is or has been sung, especially. Okay, let's see, variant of song says as a mass noun. This is not looking so complete. I apologize about that. And I like the fact that Oxford Dictionary is giving us the years that these words were entered. If you look at the front right there, is that the year or the page? So that I don't give the wrong information. But it has some details that I'm really, really liking right there. Okay, let's move on to the next one on Oxford. Belted. 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 I mean, there is no how you really want to pronounce this one. Belted, no. And as a verb, it's transitive, and it means to gird on, to fasten on. As an adjective, fastened or drawn in with a belt. All right, moving on, let's take on the next word from Oxford. That's country. Country. Okay, now country could be the name of a place or the type of music that is being played. So I'm saying this off the top of my head, from the top of my head. And the final word from Oxford English Dictionary OED is punch. Punch. And okay, oh my goodness, I like the last picture. Look at that. Okay, to pierce, to cut, or to perforate with. That's a verb. Then punch as a noun, a tool, which by repeated sudden impact. Okay, let's see. Then finally, punch in sense three of a noun, a drink made from a. Now that particular drink doesn't always have to be alcoholic, please. I don't know why my team decided to not give me a punch. Maybe I'll give them a punch since they decided to not give me a punch. Let's take this very quick break. We'll come back on the other side of it. I'll be taking the news round in the world of education. Stay with us. Okay, so I don't get a punch. Let's go through the news round. And the first one is talking about Mr. President signing bills establishing new federal universities for Osun Ekiti, Ekiti State. He had assented to the bill uh, to, uh, to two separate bills establishing federal university. And that particular report is coming through right there on June 18th. I want us to pay attention to the date. June 18, 2025. That's one. Let's move on very quickly to the next story. This one, signing bills, happened in June 18, 2025. So April 18, 2025, according to a Facebook post by Tinubu support group TSG, and they listed 22 federal universities that were established by President Tinubu in less than 2 years. I mean, given cutting across the different geopolitical zones in the country right there, you could just check out that post coming through on Facebook. So we'll move on to the next story right there, and that's talking about I think that should be about the NUC. Can I see it on the screen, please? Okay, so while I wait for my guys to get it. Okay, thank you very much. So the National Universities Commission have approved, saying that Mr. President actually approved 9 universities, and then he stopped creation of new ones for 7 years. Now, the reason I'm bringing all of this, working on actually getting a guest who would come to discuss that with us. The reason we're bringing up all of this is, I mean, you're saying somebody signed something 22, another 7, another 9, and then we are seeing 7 years, the proliferation of universities and all that, the fact that there had to be a ban or a peg put to it for a period. All of this would want for us to look at it, the positive side of it, and the downside to it, how this affects us, and all of that, and our role as individuals, as organizations, as families, very important, as business owners, as students, how all of this, put together comes and works either for or against. Would be looking at that. I don't want to give my word and then delay or default, as it were. So let's just take that. That's the news round right there. And of course, we talked sometime about a Unilag student, the first class student, now gotten a scholarship, and he's saying he's going through Germany, Turkey, what. I'm like, oh, really? Prove yourself, prove your worth. And this is to say, to not rest on your laurels, okay? Not say, okay, so I've achieved this and I've arrived. Never arrive. That's one of the things that I got some years and it's stuck in my head. Never arrive. Never get to a point and think, okay, so I'm there, I'm established. Say there is room for overtaking. Somebody will just come and beat you to it. Why not beat until you cannot beat, right? Thank you very sincerely for following through this rewarding installment of the bookshelf. I believe that you have been able to pick some new words, and of course, you have been able now. You should just take your time. Don't make a rush. Take your time to look through the different dictionaries that we went through. Definitely, there are other dictionaries, and some other time when we'll be taking on new words, we'll look to use those other dictionaries. And maybe not. I'll let you know what my own all-time favorite dictionary to use is. But for now, you make your own preference. Check through the dictionary, which one works for you, which one helps you to understand better, which one has the details that you really require, and which one are you going to buy for the hard copy, and which one are you going to download for the one you have on your mobile app or on your gadget going forward. Please do that. Don't get carried away. Do that. See, if you have a device, you have a phone especially, if you have a phone and you don't have a dictionary, I don't know what you have on that phone. It's been something ever before I even came on started handling Bookshelf from way back, since I started having smartphones. I don't know what you're doing with the phone. You don't have a dictionary. We'll talk about the dictionary more, but please do justice to that. Choosing your dictionary and making sure that you use it, not just having it. It's not for keeps, it's for use. I'll see you next time on the Bookshelf. My name is Damilola Raphael, your teaching and learning advocate on the Bookshelf, saying goodbye and God.